everyone, I'm Umehani and welcome to my YouTube series Lockdown, a Pleasure or Pain. So today's topic is how to make healthy and attractive food for our children. The reason why I selected this topic is because I do understand feeding children with healthy food is like a big task for all of us. And especially now with the lockdown, I'm sure the tantrums of all the kids would have increased. Out of all the dishes, milk is this one product which is the most difficult for us to feed to our children because they hate it the most. So today we're going to emphasize more on the alternatives of milk. And to do the honors, I have two very special guests in my show today. The first one out of the two is someone that we are very familiar with because this is the second time that she's coming into my show. She's none other than Aarti Ahuja. So like we know, Aarti is a food technologist. Apart from being a soft skill trainer, a facilitator, guide, mentor to a lot of students, she's also certified safety and sexuality trainer. She's also a consultant to a lot of startups and she's also a freelancer. The list is just never ending because Aarti is into so many fields. So Aarti, are you there?
Thanks, Honey, for inviting me. It's an honor to come here again.
Thank you so much, Aarti. Actually, it's an honor for me that you came back again. Generally, it's very difficult to get a guest once in a show, but then you agreed for twice, and it's a privilege to have you again. Thank you so much for accepting it.
Anything for you.
Thank you so much. So, Aarti, the biggest question that I want to ask you is, I'm sure you also know because you're also a mother, and we kids, we just hate having milk, right? I mean, from childhood, all of us hate having milk, but still our parents force us to have milk. So why is that our parents force us? What is it in that milk and why is it so important?
Yani, milk is one ingredient which is packed with nutrients. So if your child is drinking milk, half of the headache of the parents are solved. So milk is an ingredient which has calcium, which is very essential for the bones and the development of the teeth. Then it is also rich with proteins, and protein is needed for the repair of the muscles, building of the muscles, they are growing. And then it has phosphorus, it has the vitamin D, vitamin B2, vitamin B12, then magnesium. So it has so many sources. So one ingredient, that is why our mothers force us to have milk all the time.
Oh my God. Had the kids known that this one dish is just packed, it's actually like a complete dish, then they would never ever say no. But unfortunately, kids are kids and they will never understand these facts. So, they will still say no to milk, right? Provided that it's so healthy. So is there any way that, instead of forcing the kids, our mothers can make the kids, drink milk in a better fashion? Are there any alternatives or something like that?
Yes, Honey, that is definitely there. If your child is not drinking milk, no need to force milk down their throats. I've seen children crying and then mothers still wanting to feed the milk. No need to do that. Two things for here to know. One, if your child is not lactose intolerant, you can give milk in different variants. Make a smoothie, make a shake out of it, make recipes like custards, so you can do that. Or like things which you get out of milk, a paneer, a cheese, a curd or a yogurt. Because our body needs calcium, and for a growing child, right from 4 to 8, you need 1000 milligrams per day, and as the growing child, you need around 1300 milligrams per day. So, but if the child is lactose intolerant, then there are options of soya milk. But other things also, other ingredients like green leafy vegetables, okra, spinach, then your almonds, walnuts are good source of calcium. So you can supplement that in your child's, and they are also rich in other nutrients. So you can supplement, and like walnuts are also very rich in proteins, almonds also. So that is what you can give to your child. So don't need to force them, or so you can just work out on different options. And don't suppose your child drinks only one ingredient. Don't be focused on one ingredient. Try to get nutrients from all the ingredients.
I think that's a great advice that you've given to all the mothers. Do not force your kid to have milk. just find out other alternatives of milk, just like how Aarti suggested. And all for all the kids watching, please listen to your mama and have milk. Okay? Yeah. Thank you so much, Aarti, for this.
So my second guest is Manikandan. Mani is a chef by profession who has traveled across the globe working in various multinational brands. He is a YouTuber himself. He is also a consultant and also a home baker. And most importantly, a very good friend of mine.
Thank you so much, Chef, for coming in the show. It's an honor to have you in my show because you yourself own a YouTube channel and you have a lot of followers. So thank you so much for coming into my show. So, Chef, the first question from my end to you is, what are the dishes that you are going to show us today? What are the alternatives of milk that you're going to show us today?
We'll be preparing 3 dishes. So first one would be a millet finger brownie. So what is millet finger? The other name for it is called ragi. So we'll be preparing a ragi brownie. First thing. Second thing, we will be going off with any kind of natural fruit which is available in the market. Based on that, we'll be preparing our own homemade fruit yogurt curd. How do we do that? We will be seeing it in the video. Third, we will be preparing a multi-grain nachos with accompaniments. I'll be showing it to you all. So let's get started. For ragi brownie, we need is hung curd. So how do we prepare hung curd? Regular curd to be tied in a muslin cloth and kept overnight in the fridge. It turns into hung curd. Then we need some brown sugar and some caster sugar. Why I'm using both the sugars here because brown sugar will help you to keep the brownie a little bit sticky and chewy. That's the reason I'm using a brown sugar and the regular caster sugar. If you want to omit a caster sugar, you can go out with jaggery or honey based. Optional is yours. Then we'll be using some ragi flour, salt to taste, coffee powder, and salt is an optional. Why? Because I've used in my unsalted butter and chocolate here. So for that reason, I've used a salt to balance my sweet and salty liver flavor. And the other side, I've used coffee powder. Coffee powder will enhance the chocolate richness. So here I've melted already and kept ready unsalted butter and chocolate. So how do we do that? I've done it in a double boiling. When you keep chocolate direct to the heat, sometimes when you keep the chocolate direct to the heat, it burns. So try to be always conscious to do it in a double boiler for a safer zone. First, let's take a bowl. We will be adding the hung curd to the bowl first. And at this stage, you'll be mixing the caster sugar and the brown sugar.
So, Aarti, I have a question for you. So, what are the benefits of ragi? We all know that ragi is very good for health, but unfortunately, not a lot of people know about the benefits that ragi has.
Ragi is a very, very good baby food also. Doctors have been recommending to give it to the infants when they start eating small little things. So ragi has very rich source of calcium. It has amino acids. It has vitamin D. It has iron content. And if you give to a child, a lot of fiber is there, so the child feels full for a very long time. It helps in digestion. So much of benefits. So it's a power-packed ingredient. So I'm glad, and chef is using even curd to it. So it also have all the qualities of the calcium, and milk is coming there. So amazing recipe to watch here.
Okay, now your sugar is mixed in the curd completely. At this stage, what we're going to do is sieve all your dry ingredients. So what are the dry ingredients I'm using here is not too much, a pinch of salt, let's assume, ragi flour, cocoa powder, and a dash of coffee is an optional because you might think that it's not good for the kids. It's just an optional, but if you add coffee powder, it enhances the richness of chocolate. So sieve them all together.
We're making this as with egg or without egg, this brownie?
This is an eggless recipe. That is the reason instead of egg, we have substituted with curd, hung curd. So people will, let's assume that if somebody wants to say that for the same recipe as described down below, instead of curd, they can use 3 whole egg for making an egg recipe brownie. So instead of completely whisking or beating the thing, as there is dry ingredients, I would say gently try to use the spatula and fold them Thank you, Ani. So once these ingredients are combined, just to finish off with, we will be mixing the butter and the melted chocolate to it, which is in room temperature. So don't add when it's hot or something. There are chances of your curd getting split to it because of the hotness. So I would say is when it's in the room temperature, add the curd at that stage. I mean the melted chocolate to that state on the curd mixture. So and gently fold them up again. Once you know it is folded and set to go, preheat your oven at this stage. Preheat your oven at 180 degree for 10 minutes, and you can use any kind of square tray, I would say, for a brownie. So I have used a small, because I made a small portion, I have used tea cake container where in the down I've applied grease, some bit of oil or butter is option to yours, or even ghee can be used. And you can use parchment paper or silicone paper, or you can use butter paper. Why reason I've used it because so that the brownie does not get stuck to the pan.
So I personally feel that this particular dish is a very, very innovative dish because I am a chocolate lover and I just love brownie. I've had so many brownies, but I've never tasted ragi brownies. So I think this is very, very innovative. So I think a lot of moms can make this at home. And trust me, it's going to come out very well because like I said before, I too follow Chef's YouTube channel. And every dish that he makes comes out exactly the way he shows at home. So can we also use dry fruits in this?
You can use any kind of natural nuts in it. It's an option where we get most of the time, we all keep hearing like walnut brownie wherever we go around the globe. So I would say any kind of nuts, is not particularly you have to use walnut. We can use almond, we can use pistachio, we can use any kind of favorite nut which your kid likes, even a hazelnut. It all depends on what your kid loves.
Wow, that's nice, because if you add these nuts, it is going to increase the nutritional value. As I already told, walnut is something which is very, very rich in your protein as well as your even almonds, and our chef is suggesting peanuts. So there are so many nuts. So if your kid loves it, it's going to add to the nutritional value.
Definitely. It's a very good suggestion. So for all the mothers out there, if your kid loves nuts, or even if they don't love nuts, I think this is a very great way of disguising the nuts and giving them in terms of a brownie. So you can give them, if your kids are not allergic to nuts, then please go ahead and use.
I would recommend, before adding the nuts, a small recommendation is to roast the nuts and then add it. It'll give you more finer taste to it. So yes. once you put it in the container, if you feel it's uneven shape or somewhere it's like upside down or something, just try to tap it twice so it becomes equal every corner, 4 sides. And now let's start baking it. As I've already mentioned, preheat the oven at 180 degree for 10 minutes. Now once the oven is hot, start adding your brownie inside the oven where you have to bake it for 30 minutes. You don't have to worry after 30 minutes if your brownie in center is still liquid, because we've added brown sugar and there is caramel obviously present in it, so it'll be gooey. That's how I like my brownies to be present, and when I eat, I really like it. Once it's cooked, leave it to the room temperature, directly put it in the fridge, keep it at least close to 2 to 3 hours to get set, or even max, even if you can go to 4 hours, and let it set. Once it's set, it's ready to serve. If it's for a kid, I would always recommend saying that do a 30-second micro where it's hot in the sides, complete side, and center it's still liquid and gooey. And if you once after bake, you can realize how is my brownie cooked. If you have a doubt or something, on the top layer you'll find a thin crust to it.
Show us today?
A simple 3-ingredient dish which I'm going to create is flavored curd, natural fruit. I've used some mango puree, that is the pulp. I've done a blunt to it through a food processor. Then I have chopped some fresh mangoes into cubes. And I have kept curd overnight and made and hung curd with the help of a muslin cloth. So all we need is 3 ingredients. Let's say if your kid does not like mango, there are many other additional fruits which can be found in the supermarket, like strawberry, fresh berries, any kind of blueberry, raspberry, depending. I would say try to use any kind of fresh fruit which your kid likes, and we can get started with this.
So Aarti, I have a question for you, and that is like, nowadays, if you see, there are a lot of yogurts which is available outside in the market, right? So, is it okay if we give our kids the yogurts which come from outside?
Honey, there's no harm, but still homemade curd would be better because it has lot of sugars and artificial sweeteners into it, and sometimes it might also have a little bit preservatives. It's a very good idea what chef is showing here. He's putting some fresh mangoes and curd, so we'll get the benefit of both.
Mixing only the pulp and the fresh curd in a bowl. The reason behind I'm not adding any sugar here because natural fruit has its own sugar. So I would say that is sufficient enough if you add equal amount of curd, pulp and equal amount of chop or cubes of mango. So I've used 100 gram of hung curd. This is the eel product. After curd getting, completely leaving its water, the eel product is 100 gram. Then 100 gram of eel product of pulp mango. I would be mixing them together. So you can use any kind of fruit which your kid likes, any kind of fruit which is easily available in the supermarket.
So Aarti, I have another question for you, and I think this is a very, very important question because one of the biggest confusion that all of us have is what is the difference between yogurt and curd?
A very valuable question, Hani. I think almost all of us confuse that the curd and yogurt are the same thing, that they are different things. And some people believe that in India we call it dahi or curd, and in foreign countries we call it as a yogurt. But the bacterial cultures are different. But both nutritional values are very, very high. And both have health benefits, good bacteria. So it is very good for digestion of the kids. There are some kids, or when you grow up, elderly people can't digest milk. Curd is something you have all the benefits of calcium, protein, then your potassium, phosphorus, vitamin D, then vitamin B2, B12, all is there, plus digestion it is probiotic in nature. So they both are different.
So as I said, it has its own natural sugar. So I'm not adding any additional artificial sugar here. It is an option to the kids if you want some more sugar to be added. Honey can be added or jaggery can be added as an additional. So I'm using a transparent bowl. You can use a bowl or a shot glasses, something where you can start plating it. So I'll be adding some yogurt inside.
So Aarti, I have another question for you. Is generally I have heard that calcium and vitamin D, all of this goes hand in hand, right? So why is vitamin D required for our body?
Okay, Ani, this is a good one. Actually, a lot of advertisements are also propagating this fact. So vitamin D is required for the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. So if you are having calcium and you don't have enough vitamin D, then the absorption process won't happen. So our body needs vitamin D. So a chunk of vitamin D comes from the sunlight that you consume and a lot of other food products as well. So it might be broccoli, mushrooms. Mushrooms are exposed to sunlight. Then beef liver oil, salmon. So there are different variants where cheese, tofu. So these are ingredients. And also vitamin D helps to regulate the immune system. So vitamin D is required, and milk and curd both contain vitamin D. So which is essential for the absorption of calcium. And calcium ultimately is going to make our bones and teeth healthy for the kids.
At this point, I'm not adding completely the mixed pulp and the yogurt. I've added after it. And now in between, I wanted to put some fresh mango chops also. So which while they're having a smoothie kind of thing, they have a kind of chunks to it where they could enjoy their mango-based curd.
So chef, the mango that you have used, is this like frozen mango pulp that you've used, or is it natural mango?
Let's go with completely fresh. So I'm not using anything as frozen here. I have bought which is easily available in the supermarkets. So right now there is still, I would not say it's completely a good season of mango, but still you can get mangoes available in the market, or any kind of berries are available now. Like strawberry, blueberries, raspberries are available in the supermarket. So what I could pick up an affordable price was a mango. So I'm doing out of mango.
And to add to it this, because chef has used mangoes, so mangoes builds the kids' immunity. So mangoes are very, very good for their immune system, and it is also loaded with lots of vitamin D is there in mango. So it is a good source. So magnesium is there in mango. And if chef is suggesting different types of berries, berries are loaded with antioxidants. So again, a rich source of fiber. So if you buy these flavored yogurts from outside, they are just adding the artificial sweeteners or artificial, they're not adding those fresh fruits to it. So the kid will have the advantages of both. One is the curd and second is your fresh fruit. So that's a double combination of nutrients.
Absolutely. So for all the mothers watching this video, I would suggest you to make this dish at home rather than buying the yogurts from outside. Like Aarti said, that yogurts are loaded with preservatives. So this is a very, very healthy option for your kids. And like Chef said, this is also very affordable. It's not at all an expensive dish and it's so easy to make. I mean, Chef did not even take like 5 minutes to make this.
And I don't think so kids will be able to identify too much of difference between a curd and a yogurt. But if you're so particular, you get yogurt cultures, you can set yogurt. The same way the way you set curd at home, you can set yogurt culture. Now, just add to the milk, the yogurt will be set. So how do you get yogurt culture? You buy a Greek yogurt from outside and a plain yogurt, and then you can set yogurt at home. So that is also possible.
So I've used the African violet here as an edible flower. So it is a color combination given here, where you can find the chunk of yellows in between and light pale yellow with a dark yellow, again on the dark yellow, and an African violet with Brahmi. Brahmi is another good plant to be given for the kids because it helps them in their memory power.
Wow, lovely. I think this is such a beautiful dish and so simple. I think anyone can make it. Even a person who doesn't know how to cook can just make this dish. Alright, Chef, so what's the third dish that you're going to show us? I'm really super duper excited to see the third dish.
We are going to prepare a multi-grain nachos. So the ingredients, what is required here is water to combine, maize flour. So equal amount of maize flour and wheat flour has to be used here. Wheat flour and very less amount of all-purpose flour. We call it also maida. The reason we use here is because it helps for the extraction. So the gluten which is present here will help us to combine the mixture properly and form a good textured dough. Salt to taste. As we are all Indians, so we'll give a little bit of Indian twist to it, or a punch. So we're adding a little bit of ginger garlic paste to it. And a little bit of vinegar to get that punch of sourness from it. Let's get started with it. So I'll be taking a bowl, adding all the ingredients now. Maize flour, whole wheat flour, some of our all-purpose flour, and salt as per our requirement of taste. So a little bit of salt to be added, and ginger garlic paste. So what I would be doing here is making a well in between and start adding the water and keep combining it.
I have had nachos before, but I've never had multi-grain nachos, and I think this is very, very innovative and very creative dish that you have come up with.
I totally agree, and a lot of multi-grain is going to give a lot of health benefits to the children.
So Aarti, I just have a question for you. So is cheese a good alternative for milk? Because a lot of kids, they just love cheese, and especially in our country, kids are just mad about cheese, right? So is it a good alternative?
Honey, no doubt, cheese has lots of good nutrients because it is made from milk. It has all the properties what milk has it. But we need to be a little bit careful and mindful if the child is a little obese, and too much quantity of only any one ingredient is not, because it is very high in sodium content. Salt is there in cheese, and also it might lead to the obesity of the child. But yes, in small quantities, again, very rich source of vitamin D, calcium. It is good idea for kids to have. Mothers can give a cheese slice or a cube of cheese to the child just like that if they love to eat. But yes, excess of anything is not good.
You can see the dough is formed. So try to give a ball shape to it and let it rest at least close to 5 minutes aside we can cover it with a clean wrap or a damper cloth so that the moisture is still present, it does not evaporate and gets dried. We will be doing today two versions. One is the fried and the baked. If you're using the same dough baked, I would request people to add a little bit of baking soda to it before combining the ingredients. So I have used just one form of variations. In this same place, when you're adding all the dry ingredients, add a pinch of baking soda, just because the baking soda, when you bake it in the oven, it'll help you for one thing to become crispy, not to become too dry and dominant, so that when you bite, it does not, break your teeth.
Great. I think that's a very, very valid advice that you've given. And when we bake it, I think it becomes much more healthier as compared to a fried nachos.
Definitely.
And first of all, we will be dividing the ball according to the portion value. Let's say each ball can be close to 20 grams, and roll it like a chapati. How we make chapatis at home. I'll be dusting some flour on the base so that I can roll them easily and conveniently.
So the thickness should be something similar to our rotis, chef?
Same as we roll our chapatis, that like a fulka. How thin we do, that is, I would request like a fulka thinness. So while you're easily frying or baking, it does not take a long time, and it's not hard in center, so it's evenly cooked everywhere.
And one thing which honey mothers need to understand, that okay, my child is eating these nachos, they can even mix the dough with milk, but that's not the only alternative. They can't keep eating nachos the whole day and not. So you need to have balanced amount of all the ingredients to get that essential calcium which is required for the child. Because here we are going to get little bit calcium from cheese, but not the entire calcium which a child would get from drinking milk. So
Right.
balanced amount of all ingredients are required.
I would like to give it a round shape to it. If it's uneven, just use the help of a cutter. Once the dough is ready, same like your fulka's thing, keep it aside. Same way, start preparing all the things. Now what we have to do is, as I said, if you're going to bake it, we'll have to put it in the oven at around 150 degree, close to 10 minutes, and use baking soda in it. If you're going to fry, let's say that oil has to be completely hot and you have to fry. Before that, we have to first half cook, partially cook in a non-stick pan. Using the help of a non-stick pan, a flat pan, I would say that when it's medium hot, you can add your flat bread dough, that is like a fulka what we have made with a multi-grain mix, and try to cook it. Cook them not completely like how do you make a chapati? Don't cook it that way. Just like a half cook, where when you see that it's going to raise, then turn it on the other side. Again, let it for one more minute and stop it. It's partially cooked. When it's partially cooked, place it on a cutting board with the help of a knife. Try to take a length of it into four partition or 3 depending on the sizes. And here now what we can do is just triangle shape. Try to give a triangle shape to it. We can fry it or we can bake it from here. But while you're baking, again I'm repeating it, please try to use a pinch of baking soda to it. Now I've done both the versions. One is the fried one, you can see them. The other one is, if you're completely health conscious, the baked version for the kids. So you can also notice
Wow,
it's crunchy.
nice crunch.
Let's get ready to it. I have got accompaniments to it. Cajun spice. You can check the description how to make the cajun spice. I can tell you still. 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds to be roasted, dry roasted, with 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds. Then salt to taste. Little bit of chili powder and oregano. All to be dry roasted and made a powder out of it. You can call it as Mexican spices or a cajun spice. And other side I've made a tomato salsa. So I've chopped tomatoes. I've used here chopped onion, the tomato ketchup, salt to taste, cumin powder, roasted cumin powder, and I've used a little bit of lemon juice to give that citrus flavor. And instead of sour cream is also an option. How do we make a sour cream if you ask me? It's 1:1 the ratio is. 1 portion of cream, 1 portion of curd, mixed with salt to taste and pinch of lemon juice. I have made fresh cream cheese, I would say, or a cheese sauce from home. I have reduced milk as we don't get good yellow cheddar cheese with the locality here around us. So I've used a pinch of turmeric, 2 slices of cheese, melted them and thickened with corn flour and strained them. So my cheese sauce is also ready with it for the accompaniment where kids can love cheese sauce.
Lovely, lovely. So, looking at cheese, one question that I have for you, chef, is a lot of kids, like you said, just love cheese. And one of the most famous dish we Indians know about is pizzas. So, are there any other dishes that you would like to suggest apart from pizzas where we can use cheese as the ingredient?
Today we have started using cheese as common in every part of our Indian cooking, I would say. Let's start with dosa. We even try today, we all eat cheese dosa. Let's say stuffed idlis. In stuffed idlis, cheese can be used. Stuffed parathas, instead of using a potato completely, you can use a half combination of aloo with cheese to it. Then you can make even desi style pani puri, but instead of using a different stuffing in it, you can use only complete cheese and with a little of chopped capsicum, onion, giving a twist of pizza in it.
Wow, I mean, amazing. I heard about dosas and idlis, but pani puri was something very different.
Chef, I'm already feeling hungry now.
Yeah, same here, same here.
So I'm mixing both the fried and the thing just to present here, the baked nachos.
So for all the viewers, if you are worried about the recipe, I've put down all the recipes in the description box. For your easy reference, all you have to do is just look in the description box and all the recipes are there.
And chef has done a brilliant job of making that cream cheese at home, honey. He's again used milk there. So the child will not directly, there's most of the children who don't like to drink milk directly. But like this form, I was talking, children will have it. So if they just want to have it, you can put beans and so many things what chef is doing. Tomatoes are there, onions are there. So it's going to add to the nutritional value of the child.
So it's like a dip. I've given them cheese sauce instead of pouring it and making it soggy. So you can see nachos with some tomato salsa with cajun spice on the side sprinkled, because I've not used too much of cajun spice because there is chili powder where children might get affected. I've used very mild just to give that hint of oregano to it, and finished with cream cheese sauce to it.
Lovely, lovely. Aarti and Mani for coming into the show. Really, I'm honored to have you guys in my show, and especially Aarti. You've come for the second time. I mean, like I said already, people don't even come for once, and you made efforts to come twice. Thank you so much. And Chef Mani, I'm like a big fan of you. Not only me, but my entire family follows your YouTube channel. We just love every dish that you make. Thank you so much to both of you for coming to my show.
Thank you
so much, Hani, for inviting. And it was really lovely working with both of you. You're spreading a lot of positive energies in this lockdown. God bless both of you.
Thank you so much, Aarti ma'am and Hani. It was really good working as a team together today. And it was even a learning for me today, learning a lot of things from both of you all. And thanks for being a part of this team. Thank you.
For all the viewers, if you guys want to follow Aarti or Mani, if you have any questions or doubts, I have shared their social media handles and the details of Mani's YouTube channel down in the description box. Please go ahead and follow them.
And for all of you viewers, if you liked today's video, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel right now. And while you're subscribing, do not forget to click on the bell icon. And do not forget to share my video with others and let them also grow and develop themselves. If there is any topic that you want me to address, then just put it down in the comment box and I would love to address it. For all the mommies and daddies out there, I want you to try all of these amazing dishes which Chef and Aarti have shared with us today. I'm gonna see you soon with a lot more informative videos and with a lot more guests in this series. Until then, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.